Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about something very important to relationships, which is changing all of these expectations that we have into agreements. And when we don't do that, when we don't take the time to take all of these expectations floating around and become very conscious of them and move them into agreements that both people have talked about, gotten a chance to think about, and agreed to, we run into problems over and over again in our relationship, and we run the risk of getting hurt. So this work is by Steve Chandler. His work is called Expectations versus Agreements. And what he talks about is how lazy it is for us to just have expectations. Because even when somebody then does do something, does perform something that we really want, we can take it to in the category of course you did it, you had to anyway. So it is very, very good for you to know what you want and have the ability to ask for absolutely whatever you want. Believe in that right, that you have the right to ask for whatever you want, and also simultaneously believe in the right of the other person to say no. An agreement lasts most when a person has a chance to create it with you rather than being told, I just want you to know, no shoes here, no this, no that. And it's inconvenient, but if you really actually want the agreement to work, the other person must be involved in it. The other thing is that many people, will just give dictums or just be like, do commands and just say like, if you don't do this, I'll break up with you, I'll divorce you. And that's manipulation. That's like a gun to your head. And that's not an agreement. In an agreement, a person needs to be able to say their truth. And if you're so scary that you're not letting anybody say the truth, it's not really an agreement. So the other thing that really makes agreements successful is when both people have the ability during the agreement to be able to come back to the table and recalibrate as needed. Like, okay, yeah, I know that I agreed to this, but as I'm doing it, I'm realizing it's really hard for me. Can we just do a revision on this? Not a great idea to ask for a revision after you've broken the agreement. It's also a good idea to decide when you're making the agreement that who's going to be responsible in checking in on it. This is especially important for agreements that are long-term agreements. So understand that love is unconditional, but relationships are conditional. And it is essential for all of us who want to have amazing relationships to become very, very clear of all of our expectations and our partner's expectations, and do our very best to continually bring them forward, be honest with ourselves, bring them forward, and to change them into agreements. I hope this helps. This is a very, very essential tip for anyone who wants love, consistent love in their life. Lots of love from me to you. I can't wait to see you guys again soon. Goodbye.